Now I know by now you've seen the plasma cutters, but a lot of people question what you actually need in order to use the plasma cutter. And really all you need is a good solid ground. You need a 110 or 220, and then you need your compressed air anywhere from 40 psi up to 90 psi. Now you can use this with a pancake compressor on very thin material, but once you start getting a thicker material, you probably want either a 15 or 30 plus gallon compressor there. That way it can keep up with it. But at the end of the day, we're using a 60 gallon compressor setting on 220 around 90 psi at 65 amps, and we're going to slice through this 13/16 piece of I-beam. So if it'll cut 13/16, imagine what it'll do to your 1/4 inch and 3/8 and 5/16 around the shop. So let's get into this. We turn a little power on, use our PPE, we've got our straight edge, and let's lay into it. So the other question that comes up, many people ask, how do you know if you're cutting too fast or too slow? So if you look at this in the very beginning, you can see that I'm cutting way too slow. So I didn't have my full range of travel and kept getting choked up on that. But as you can see, when it starts blistering out the side of it real fast, that lets you know that you're cutting too fast. So you try to find that happy medium on not spending too much time, which is going to cause a lot more dross on it, or not cutting too fast, which is going to be a result of not cutting at all. So you want to find that sweet spot, and ideally what you'd want to do is find a couple of pieces as a test piece about the thickness that you're looking to cut, especially if it's something that's a critical piece. Now from that point, you know that you got it dialed in and you can proceed on. But again, all you need to do is control your ground, your good clean arc, your 220, 110, your compressed air, and rock and rolling within its parameters. So pretty sweet when it comes to having a plasma cutter in the garage. She sizzles, but look at that. Cut after cut after cut. You can see that that right there is a result of cutting way too slow in the very beginning. So you have a lot more dross in the beginning. But as you get later in the cut, you can see this a little bit cleaner, and that's because we sped up some. Now, we had a couple of blast throughs where we're not cutting fast enough, but hey, we found that happy medium toward the end of it. So to have about a 4.5 inch cut, 13/16 thick with the cut 65 DS, hey, that's a win right there. And now that's why I stand behind the Cut 65 DS Pro, and that's given about a 2-year time frame of using that machine. I've been very happy with it. So other than replacing the consumables, I've not had any complaints with it. And for one, that's why they call them consumables, because in time they wear out. But you can get those replacement consumables, and they're very inexpensive compared to using that grinder for the amount that you would get as cut from the machine. But if you don't want to spend the extra coin on the 65 DS, you've also got a 55 that's pretty much just as powerful, depending on what you're looking to cut. Now, if you're looking to keep your coin down, you're probably not cutting more than, say, a 1/4 inch or body panels. There's a Cut 45 available as well, and that's a great starter machine. And many of these plasma tables are actually designed for a Cut 45. So depending on what you're looking for, Cut 45 up to the 65, I definitely stand behind them. And you saw it firsthand, the clean cut that resulted from that. So if you want to find more, check it out, the link down below. They've got a banging sale going on right now.